Thought I was a post player, Mike. I mean, it's a game that we expected. I mean, they're obviously one of the top teams in the country, and we knew that it'd be like big-time battle for us, that they'd expose a lot of things that, we didn't do well, and they certainly did that. To come up here, it's always hard to play here, and get a road win against a team of that quality is obviously a confidence booster for us as we head into the final third of league play. I told our team, this before the game, and I reiterated it after. Nobody won or lost anything tonight except the game. The winner of this game doesn't necessarily win the league. The loser of this game doesn't necessarily lose the league. You can't put it all on one game. They're all worth the same. And all this was an opportunity for us to see our progress and how much we've grown. Playing a big-time team like this, it's well chronicled. We played a lot of big-time teams like this in November, and we didn't do well, in case you hadn't heard. It's nice to show growth in that aspect and be able to come away with a win.
Over out for questions. Here previously, Louisville had obviously done well offensively. What do you feel like you guys did to kind of disrupt their rhythm and get into some of their bigs that have been playing well so far this season?
Well, I don't know if we can take that much credit for disruption. I did think they got some quality looks that they've been hitting that maybe they just missed tonight. I think it's always both teams, right? When a team maybe plays below their level offensively, I think sometimes they have some unforced errors on their end, and then sometimes the defense has a little bit to do with it. What we try to do is we try to not let teams get out and transition too much on us. I mean, this playbook is tried and true. Everybody does it. It's just, can you do it against good teams? We don't want teams to get in transition against us because obviously it's way harder to guard people in transition. And then we want to try to limit the offensive rebounding. They're so good getting second chance opportunities. It was a war to get a defensive board in that fourth quarter. I mean, it was just a war. And, sometimes we got them, sometimes we didn't. They have so many weapons in every position, and they're really hard to go against because they can pick certain matchups and take advantage of them, and they can pick certain actions and take advantage of them. So it's hard. It's not that fun when you're in it, trying to guard them.
Coach, you mentioned some of your struggles earlier this season. Watching the game tonight, I couldn't help be reminded a little bit of the LSU game earlier this year, taking that commanding lead, and then it ends up becoming a much closer game. But how does this speak to the growth of the team to see this one out and take a victory?
I mean, result is feels good. If we had lost tonight, we still grown a lot, So we try to take result out of the equation as much as possible in a results-driven business, because if you're playing just for result, then you'll have a lot more peaks and valleys. That way, when you win, you're on this high, and when you lose, you think you're the worst in the world. When you focus on growth, which is what we've done. We talked to our team, and obviously we went through a tough stretch early, and our goal has always been to be the team that grows the most during the season. Like, can we capture growth as much as possible every day? And if each individual buys into that and the team buys into that, then we will like where we are at the end of the year. Does that mean we'll be undefeated? Probably not. Does that mean that we'll play perfect and it'll look beautiful all the time? No. And so when you can focus on that and the players can lock into that, now we've taken result out of the equation. Now we're just locked in on getting better. And in my experience, when you do that consistently, you get the consistent results. You win more often than not because you got the right approach daily. So we've just locked into the right approach daily, and we're going to have to do that in the next couple of days. We got another league game on Sunday, and we got to figure out a way to win it. But I'm really proud of their resilience. There's not a lot of teams that could have gone through what we went through and not broken apart, right? Because everything everyone was saying about us was negative, right? And we're disappointing. And that's okay that's what they were saying. It was disappointing to us too. But to have the mental fortitude to stick together, to not believe it, and to just focus on getting better instead of focusing on the reasons why it was happening. It's like such emotional maturity for them at 18 to 22 years old to be able to do that. That's what I'm most proud of as a coach, regardless of whether we win another game the rest of the season. God, I hope we do. Whether we win another game the rest of the season, that what they've done is an unbelievable lesson for life for them. You know, like they're going to have times in their life, they're down, they're out, everybody's against them, everybody's this, everybody's that. And they always know that they can turn it around by focusing on their individual growth. That's amazing to have that lesson play out for them in real time.
In terms of scouting Louisville, how, I don't know if unique is the right word, is it, but they have such balance.
Yeah.
Like even tonight, Taj Roberts is held to 0 and it still comes down to the final seconds of the game. Is that something that, does that make them unique in a way that they have so many different players that can kind of on a given game have a big night, double figures night?
It definitely makes them unique. I think they have such quality all up and down their roster. Their starters off the bench, and you can't have a weak defender out there against them. You know, you have to have all your players out there have to be able to guard well, or else they're going to score. And they can get that scoring from different areas. You know, we're a lot alike in that sense. I mean, I think we have maybe not as much depth as them, but we have balanced scoring typically night to night. But yeah, they're one of the top teams in the country. Watching them, I didn't start watching them till this week, but watching them play, they're very complete, and I think they have a chance to continue to have a great season. Not a chance, they will continue to have a great season.
Coach, Ashland and Jackson had a pretty quiet first half, and then second half made a couple of big free throws and hit a 3 to pad the lead there at the end. What does it say for your captain to be able to step up like that and just take you over the finish line?
Yeah, it certainly wasn't her best night offensively. There's no doubt about that. She got quality looks and she just wasn't able to hit them. But she's such a competitor. She stayed in it defensively. Made some plays for us, and then late, as you know, hit a big 3 for us to give us what we thought was enough separation, but ended up being just enough. Yeah, I mean, that's what you expect. As players mature and get older, they have to have that ability to play a bad quarter, play a bad half, play a bad stretch, and then still be able to refocus and bounce back, and she did that tonight.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you.
Thank you.